Hi friends, welcome back to SPK English Academy. In today's class, we will discuss new criticism. In new criticism, we discussed in the previous videos I.A. Richards, F.R. Lewis, and T.S. Eliot's. So these three are also dominating figures in that new criticism. In today's video we will discuss another main important two new critics, John Crowley Ransom, a poetry, a note on ontology, and another one, so that is Clint Brooks, his language as paradox and irony, heresy of paraphrase. John Crowley Ransom was born in 1888 and died in 1972. He was born in Pulaski and received his bachelor's degree from Vanderbilt University in 1909. He was a Rhodes Scholar at Christ Church College, Oxford, and took a degree there in 1913. He was a leading member of the group of writers known as the Southern Agrarian or Fugitives. You know the meaning of fugitives? After a poetry magazine, the Fugitives, co-founded by Ransom and Alan Totte. So the Fugitives is a magazine. It is co-founded by Ransom and his student Alan Totte. This group, which includes Clint Brooks, Alan Totte, Robert Penn Warren, is identified with with the rise of new criteria in America. See, Ransom, Clint Brooks, Alan Totte, Robert Penn Warren. So these are regarded as Southern Agrarian. Ransom and Alan Totte together or in collaboration, they founded Fugitives magazine. They said religious, political, and cultural conviction of allegiance to the American South. He was a mentor for many poets such as Alan Totte, Donald Davidson, Robert Penn Warren, and Randall Jorrell. So he was the mentor, means he was the guider. See, he was poet, critic, teacher, and editor. You know that Ransom was a poet, he was critic, a teacher, and editor. In 1937, Ransom went to Kinney College, Ohio. He was the founder editor of the Kinney Review. See, now we look at the works of Ransom. The first work of Ransom is The World's Body. It was published in 1938. Tells about the poetry taking on some of the tasks performed by religion in the previous ages. The second work is The New Criticism. So about that new criticism, see, Ransom is one of the most important new critics, and also he himself wrote his own critical work in the name of new criticism. It was published in 1941. In this work, Ransom writes about three critics. The next work is, that is, Criticism Inc. In this essay, he expresses the new critics concept of what criticism should be. It should be a collaborative effort in the elucidation and evaluation of literary text, includes contemporary works. So, according to that ransom, what is meant by criticism? Criticism is nothing but a collaborative effort in the elucidation, appreciation, and in the and evaluation of the literary works, includes the contemporary works. So that is criticism according to ransom. He attacks other rivals, approaches historical scholarships, impressionistic, and emotional appreciation. So these are the ideas of criticism. See, next idea, that is the critic needs a kind of competence that three different people possesses: the artist, the philosopher, and the university teacher of English. See, the professors should take the charge of critical activity. See what he says. The professors of the university take the charge of critical activity because they are learned men. Learned men means they are more learned. They have more knowledge in literature, who are ready to spend a lifetime in compiling, collecting, are gathering the data of literature, but they avoid making literary judgment. He says that it is the duty of university professors to set up proper standards of criticism. So, according to Ransom, who will set the standard of the criticism is, this is the duty of the university professors. Why? They have a lot of knowledge because they are learned men. See, criticism should be developed by the systematic efforts of learned persons and proper place for the university. So, Ransom suggests that criticism should be made scientific. He does not mean that it can never be exact science. So, he says that criticism should be made scientific. But he said that it can never be exact science. What he means is that it should be systematic and professionals should take charge of criticism. See, according to Ransom, criticism is the attempt to define and enjoy the aesthetic or characteristic values of literature. See, he presents a list of 6 items which he considers to be not necessary for literary criticism. So, what are the 6 points? If that critic uh, gave more importance to these 6 points, so it is not a critique. So, this work is not considered as criticism, critical work. So, what are those 6 points? See here. The first point is personal registration. If there is a personal registration in criticism, it is not critical work. So, synopsis and paraphrases. Third one, historical studies, linguistic studies, moral studies, and any other special studies. So, if a critic considers all these 6 points, so that is not literary criticism. He gave these 6 points to the persons or personalities who criticize others' work. A poetry, a note on ontology. See, it is an essay written by Ransom. In this essay, he says that, see, a poetry, a note on ontology, is an important in the word's body. In it, he expresses his concept of poetry. He says that poetry can be divided into three. According to Ransom, poetry can be divided into three categories. In his essay, a note on ontology, whole. First one, that is physical poetry. He divided the poetry into three forms. That is, first one is physical poetry. What does physical poetry means according to Ransom? See, that physical poetry deals with things The imagists wrote physical poetry and attempted to present things in their thinginess. So the imagist, I think you have understand the concept. You have understood the concept of imagist. Imagist. This is a movement which was launched by Ezra Pound in the 20th century or in the modern age. See, Platonic poetry, it is the poetry of ideas. Metaphysical poetry, it was created by developing the use of metaphor. So he says totally, he divided that poetry into three categories: physical poetry, Platonic poetry, metaphysical poetry. So metaphysical poetry means it was created by developing the use of metaphors. So that is called metaphysical poetry. So especially that metaphysical is used in that metaphysical poetry. So see, Ransom's opinion about science and poetry. What does that Ransom say about poetry? What is difference between poetry and science? He talks of the relationship between science and poetry. Science gratifies a practical or rational impulse, while art gratifies perceptual impulse. One difference. Next, he can be considered as the father of the new criticism in America. See, John Crowley Ransom is regarded as the new critical father of new criticism in America. He related America because of his influence as teacher and poet. Alan Tate, Alan Tate and Clint Brooks were his students at Vanderbilt University. So Ransom was a mentor for Alan Tate and Clint Brooks at Vanderbilt University. He was the founder of the School of the Letters at Kenyon College in Ohio. So up to now, we discussed what are the contributions of uh, Ransom. Now we have to look at another one important American literary critic, and that is new critics. So that is Clint Brooks. So Clint Brooks was born in 1906 and died in 1994. Clint Brooks was an American literary critic and professor. He is best known for his contributions to new criticism in the mid 20th century and for revolutionizing the teaching of poetry in American higher education. This Clint Brooks or this critic revolutionized the teaching of poetry in American higher education. See, he was born in Murray, Kentucky. He studied at Vanderbilt University. He was also a student of Ransom, Tulane University, and as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University. See, he was a leading member of the Positive groups, or it is called Southern Agrarians. So this group is started by the Ransom. Huh? This Clint Brooks is also one of the leading figures of Positives or Southern Agrarian. See, Clint Brooks edited the Southern Review. It is a literary magazine from 1935 to 1945 with Robert Penn Warren. He was professor of English at Louisiana State University. See, now look at the works of Clint Brooks. So Clint Brooks' works are also very important for the exam point of view. You have to study his essays, his works, and his ideas about criticism. You know that mainly new critics like Clint Brooks, Ransom, Wimsatt, Beardsley, Robert Penn Warren, F.R. Lewis, and I. Richards. So these all new critics focused their study mainly on poetry, not on drama or any novels. So the first important work of Clint Brook is The Well-Read Urn. So, as you are preparing for NET or KSET examination, you should remember this. You have to keep this work in your mind. So, it will be asked in matching questions. Studies in the structure of poetry. It was published in 1947. The collection of critical essays. See, the well-read urn is a collection of critical essays of Clint Brooks. The second one, The Modern Poetry and Tradition. It was published in 1939. So, in Modern Poetry and Tradition, Clint Brooks presented a revised history of English literature. It resembles revaluation. So, third work is that William Faulkner, the Patwa country 1963. This was published in 1963. You know that William Faulkner, one of the most important novelist, symbolist of that jazz is in America. So he created his own imaginary land or city, that is Eknapatwa country, in his novels, as Thomas Hardy created Wessex and R.K. Narayan created that Malgudi. These are the imaginary places they created in their novels. In the same way, this William Faulkner created this Eknapatwa country in his novels, Sound and Fury, Light in August. So these are novels written by that William Faulkner. So that is another thing. So next work written by Clint Brook is, so that is fourth one, Understanding Poetry. It was published in 1938, edited in collaboration with Penn Warren. Has had a profound influence on the teaching of poetry as it was adopted in many American universities. It contains a practical criticism of individual poems of new critics. See, fifth one, Understanding Fiction. It was published in 1943. Literary Criticism, a short history. It was published in 1957, written with collaboration of W.K. Wimsett. See, other work. Seventh, Irony as a Principle of Structure. This is very important essay written by Clint Brooks. It was asked one of the previous question papers. So in 1948, he published an article, that is Irony and Ironic Poetry. Irony as a Principle of Structure is an expanded version published in 1951. See, Brooks begins his essay on irony by laying stress on importance of metaphor. See, he used mainly two similes. One is a kite and another one is a bouquet. So one simile, that is kite, and another one is a bouquet. See, according to Brooks, all good poems contain ironic complexity and irony taken as acknowledgement of the pressure of context. See, now the very important essay of Clint Brooks, that is The Language as a Paradox. So you have to keep in your mind the name of this essay, because it was asked in the previous question paper. So this very important essay of Brooks. Now, what that Clint Brooks said in his essay, what he expressed in this essay. So we have to look at now. See, the language as a paradox. The first chapter of the well-read term. So this is the essay written by Brooks. So this is one of the subtitle of the book, The Well-Read Urn. which was published in 1942, thinks of literary language as conveying a special kind of meaning or knowledge or different from that of a science, which is one dimensional and unambiguous. He says that paradox is the language appropriate and inevitable to poetry. So, according to Clint Brooks, paradox is very necessary in poetry. It is the scientist whose truth requires a language purged of every trace of paradox. So, another one very important concept or phrase coined to English literary theory or English criticism by Clint Brooks. So that is heresia paraphrase. It was asked in many previous questions papers of KSET and also NUT. So you have to understand what heresy paraphrase means. See, heresia paraphrase in his another famous essay. In this, he stresses on the specificity and verbal density of poetry. In Heresy Paraphrase, Clint Brooks stresses that on the specificity and verbal density of poetry. See, poetic language cannot be translated into prose statements. The meaning of a poem cannot be reduced to anything outside the poem, whether it is an experience, an idea, or an intention. See, here he focuses on irony and the organic structure of poem. So, by discussing these two great modern critics, now I am breaking up this video. So, you have to remember the works of these two critics, and another one group of poets is there, the Southern Agrarians or the Fugitives. So, these four, all these Robert Penn Warren, Clint Brooks, Ransom, so these Alan Tate, these are the four important figures of that fugitives or the Southern Agrarian group. You know that Ransom, Crowe Ransom was the mentor and the professor and the teacher of Clint Brooks and Alan Tate and also Penn Warren. You have to remember these. So what is their idea? What are their contributions about this criticism? So you have to keep in your mind all these points. These will help to prepare well for your examination. And also like this video and share to your friends as well as uh, watch frequently my videos, and then if it is necessary you have to note down the main points in your notebook. It will help you to look at the main points while going the examination. Okay, we'll discuss on next class.